it was reopened in 2004, and Michelle Ford was appointed in 2005. Is it Michelle? Yeah. So the program was revitalized, and I would like to acknowledge Michelle's contribution in setting up the program at Sydney. Many times, I think Phil mentioned that he was how many years away from retirement? 2 years away from retirement. I was very tempted to think the same way a number of times, many times, during times when Indonesian enrollments, were having ebbs and flows at La Trobe too, and also at Sydney sometimes. I haven't been there long enough, but it's always looking at students' commitment to their Indonesian studies and also their enjoyment at learning about Indonesia that really just stops me thinking that I'll be retiring soon. And I'd like to think that that's going to be still a little while away. I'll talk a little bit about the structure of the program at Sydney, and then just highlight a few things which I think are things that are exciting for me personally, but also institutionally. So at Sydney, Indonesian studies can be taken as a major, and students must take about 36 senior credit points. So units of study are categorized into junior and senior units. Basically, first year beginners, 2 units are junior units, and second year upwards are senior units. The units may be taken entirely in Indonesian language, some of which would be probably in-country studies, but they can also take non-language units in Asian studies. So Indonesian Studies program does not have non-language units, apart from in-country, of course. They are housed under Asian Studies. At Sydney, Asian Studies is a program which draws its staff members from different language departments. So Indonesian Studies is a language department. So out of the 36 that comprise major in Indonesian, at least the 24 must be Indonesian units. And this is roughly the structure of the program. We're very mean and lean, or lean and mean. There are only 4 levels. Level 1, as I said, consists of 2 junior units, 1 unit per semester, 6 credit points each. This is for students with very little background or no background in Indonesian at all. And then they move on to level 2, and that's where the school leavers, people with HEC or some competence equivalent to HEC come in. And then they continue on to level 3, and then level 4 is our senior advanced units. Now level 3 and 4, they're all exciting, but we're very excited about our level 3 and 4. Michelle Ford will talk a little bit more tomorrow about these levels. But level 4, they are designed to give enough language for beginner students and for post school, or I'm still in the Victorian post-PhD, it's post-HSC. But also it's designed to enable native speakers or background speakers to enroll in Indonesian studies, and they will then be provided with a sequence of units for 3 years towards their degree. So the background speakers start at level 4, advanced level, and the other learners start at level 1, 2, or 3. Now, in terms of content, the program is very topic or content driven. So the level 3 and 4 essentially cover the same topics, but of different levels of difficulty. And Michelle will talk a little bit more tomorrow about that. So these, just to give you a little bit of a brief explanation, level 4, there are 6 units, but these units are rotated in 3 years. So in any 1 year, there are only 2 units being offered. Oh, sorry. And these units, for 3rd year, for level 3, they bear generic titles, Indonesian 3. But for level 4, they are named as you can see here. So they have individual titles. For example, the 3603, that's talking more about politics, democracy. We have renamed it, and we worked hard to come up with some sexy titles for this, and students seem to like. They are a bit puzzled. What are we going to study? But we tell them it's going to be exciting. For example, I taught 3606 in 2006, 2009 when I came in. It was about diversity, cultural diversity, and we call it enculturating the nation. We've also got honours in Asian in Indonesian, and we usually have between 2 and 10. Students must include at least 50% of their sources in Indonesian, but the thesis is written in English. It comprises 60% of their overall year's work. They do 2 coursework units. The thesis is 20,000 words. We used to run a separate honour seminar, but now it's because of the demand on staff time. It's now being incorporated within our advanced units. We don't have a master's coursework program with Indonesian content. Postgraduates, mostly from Australia. There are a lot of emails coming to us from Indonesia. As we know, Dikti has been given a lot of encouragement for Indonesian students to take up postgraduate. As a result, unfortunately, some people just send generic emails to all of us, and so we've had to be very selective because of the demand on our workload, and also we were 2 people, Michelle and myself. There's also Adrian because. We also have Diplang, Diploma in Language Studies, designed for students who cannot fit Indonesian into their degree. Unfortunately, art students are not being offered this opportunity, so that's been a challenge for us. However, we have been campaigning to have that reversed, and I think in principle we've got the support. As I mentioned, there are only 2 of us full-time, Michelle and myself. Enrollments have fluctuated, but usually we have between, around high teens and mid-20s, low 20s, mid-20s in levels 1, 2, and 3, and about 6 to 12 in level 4. We employ guest lecturers for levels 3 and 4, and students really enjoy listening to different speakers, different native and non-native speakers of Indonesian on specific topics. This is a challenge for Sydney. As David's discussion paper has mentioned, there's small numbers of school leavers in New South Wales. I think our colleagues from Victoria will be appalled to know that last year we only had 2 school leavers coming to us. 2. They are really good students, but 2, you want more. So we've done all sorts of things. Last year we campaigned against the closure of Indonesian at a private school who had offered Indonesian for quite some time, St. Catherine's. No success. No success. I think Pak Aris might remember I rang him in panic saying, "Pak, please tolong, do something KJRI." We have also run on-campus programs to connect with school, but staff have been, Michelle and myself have been on sabbatical, so we will revisit that and re-establish that once both of us are back on board. The school thing is quite difficult. It's partly beyond our control, but we'll try and see what happens. So what we think might also be a very strategic thing to do is to market aggressively across the university to attract enrollments, from other faculties. And we do get enrollments from other faculties, we just need more of them. Okay, my time is up, but if I may, only because I get very excited about this, Sydney has very strong institutional support, and one of these types of support is in the giving or in the provision of prizes and scholarships for students of Indonesian studies. There are about 8 to 10 prizes internal to university for students of Indonesian studies alone. And this year, just got the news 2 days ago, and I very excitedly emailed Michelle. One of our students, she's done 1 year at Sydney, now with ALTC actually, and scholarship office was chasing me saying, look, where is Hayley? Because she's just won a James Wolfenson scholarship, $5,000 to study in Asia. I got excited, and I think this is something perhaps that, and I would like to appeal, Pak Primo, if KJRI can, if Kedutaan KBRI can set up some sort of scholarships and prizes. These prizes are small amounts, $150, $200, $500, but they are prestigious because they are recognition of students' achievements. And I'll tell you one good story. The Sydney Lyceum used to have an Indonesian Batak person. Sorry, getting over it. She died, she passed away, and the Lyceum decided to dedicate $500 every year as a prize for our students. How good is that? Thank you.